Hello, it's the coach again, and I'm excited. You know, I'm always excited, right? And today, I'm really even more excited because today we're going to talk about sales and the basics. You know, when I was with somebody the other day and they were quoting me a story, and I thought it was so funny. And it's still such a tie in. When somebody says sales, right away, we start thinking about that used car guy or gal, right? You know, who was always fast talking Eddie, right? But that's not sales. And nor should you think about sales like that. Sales is something that you need to be doing. I don't care if you're a salesperson or not. Everyone needs how to sell, needs to know how to sell. And today, I want to just take you through Sales 101. I don't care if you've been selling for 30 years. This is good stuff. And it's about the one key that I want you to remember, which is called practice. And I know you're out there saying, "Come on, Manny, I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't need no practice." Practice? Guess what? Why is it that a professional football player, and this is always an interesting story to me, if the professional football player got to play in every play in a game, do you realize that it would be less than 12 minutes a week of active time? 12 minutes! And do you know how much they practice? Days. All week, these guys are practicing to be sharp in the game. And that's why everything's natural. Well, what if you did that from a sales standpoint? What if everything became second nature and you just got that good? And I know some of you out there think you're that good, but I hate to tell you, I'm not quite sure you're right. So I want to go over 5 basics today, and I want you to think about these, and I want you to think about them because guess what? You know we got a boot camp coming up. You know this stuff's going to be there. And we always have a boot camp coming up, right? Yeah, we always do. So if you're listening to this and it's not, the fall of 2015, look on my website. I'm guaranteeing you we got a boot camp coming up, and it could be in your area because we are moving this thing national. So just think about that. So here's some things I want. 5 little things that you can do to become really good. All right, first of all, record yourself. Get yourself. You know these little things here. Can you see that? These little iPhones. They're great recording. Record yourself and listen to yourself. The first time I recorded myself, I was like, "What? That's me?" I'm saying duh and all of a sudden, I didn't do it anymore. I used to train sales reps with video training, and the first thing when people see themselves, they're like, "Wow." Or people hear themselves, they're like, I'm really bad. And you're not really bad, but you could use some adjustment. So record yourself, listen, adjust, record yourself. Do it on a regular basis. If you're a salesperson full time, every month you should be recording yourself and listening and saying, did I get better? What am I not doing? The second and third one kind of relate. They're about price. How well do you know your product or service? And how well do you know your competitors? There's a great piece I put in, I think in the Failure Creates Success book I wrote, that I actually got from Guerrilla Selling, which talks about this super rep who knew the competitors' products even better than his own. So when you said to him, well, I was looking at this guy and I think he's going to do this, he'd say, that's not true because this is how their product specs out or this is how their service works. And he knew the answer. And if you know what your competitor's doing, then you know where they're weak, you know where they're strong, and you know how to adjust it. So know your product and know your competitors. The fourth one really takes no explanation. And you can read this article out on the blog, which has probably, I don't know, maybe sometimes it has less, sometimes more, but it talks about listening. And if you've sat down with me and had a conversation, right, I give it mostly to you. I'm listening. And I want you to learn how to listen. And there's a great way you can do that. I tell people, just like I tell people, if you want to learn how to speak and you want to be effective and you want to know how to pronounce words and you want to have some passion and stuff, read books to your children. Really. Read those little children's books. That's how I learned. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the honest truth. And on the listening side, go home and listen to your children. Especially if you got teenagers, sit down with them, let them listen to them. Don't interrupt them, don't judge them, don't talk. Just listen for a little while. If you have little ones, they're going to get you to listen no matter what. Listen to your spouse, listen to your parents, listen to other people. Just be quiet and listen, and then see how you can apply that to your selling process. You don't know how many times when I was training people to sell that I would kick my new rep under the table saying, stop. Listen, this person's selling themselves. And remember, it's not just salespeople. Every one of us is selling. And the final thing I'm going to teach you is to work with a partner. Find someone that you can sit down and you could sit across from them like this and say, hey, Jim, I want you to listen to me do this. And I want you to really tell me, am I doing good or not? So let's practice that as well. Now, why do we tell you all these? Well, I told you we got a boot camp coming up, and we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing some interactive stuff. And if you need to get your game up higher, and who doesn't want to raise their game? I mean, even if I'm even way up here, I still want to go higher. I want to keep climbing. So come to the boot camp. The cost is almost zero when you think about it. 2 days. Come out. We're going to teach you some of this stuff that I always talk about on my videos. And I'd like to see you. Come on out to the boot camp. And remember, sales requires practice. If you practice, take 15 minutes to start every day and just practice something in your sales pitch, in your sales process. And man, you are headed for the top of your game. And of course, I want to put you at the top of your game. That's what we do. Thanks. This is a coach saying, have a great week. Stay motivated, stay pumped up, and sell. Thank you.